So I'm also student in Stockholm School of Economics Executive MBA program. I'm mother for 3 beautiful and crazy teens, and I just love my life. And I would like to share you how to get here. And I'm also like Sylvia. I don't have technical education, but I'm a lawyer. Formally, I've also GDPR officer, sustainable finance certified, but I'm leading a company of 80 developers. I'll start with my experience for you to understand why I'm talking about leading different cultures. When I was 13, I started working for a French family as a nanny. It's a huge challenge for a 13-year-old to look after kids, but if you are not speaking French, it's even bigger. But it's a way I learned how to deal with different culture. Later, I was in exchange program in the United States, and I was a ski team captain. Again, I led a team of different culture, and I learned a lot. Later, I worked as a lawyer. I worked with Ukrainians with chemical registration. Again, very different field. I was the only woman in factories and talking about stuff which usually is dealt by men. I took a challenge. I always liked to prove everybody wrong, that I can do, that I'm smart enough. But I always had this feeling, hey, you don't believe me, I'll show you that I can do it. And my talent is crisis management, and this is what I learned through doing things my way, believing in myself and saying, hey, just believe me and I'll prove you wrong. And as we are women in tech, I'll talk more about how I got in technologies. Our MIT. I was asked to help with a company which was on verge of bankruptcy. There were a team of 18 people who had not got their wages. Projects were not delivered. Management left the company. But there was one but. There was a team of 18 great people. And I knew that I want to make this company great. It was a great company, and when I wanted to make it great again. I knew nothing about IT, but I knew that I know something in management. I've done it before, and this is my talent. As Sylvia told before, you need to know your talents, and my talent is crisis management. So I took this challenge, and in a year, the company was good enough to sell it or to merge it with other companies, because that was the way how I worked before. The first merge was disaster. We worked for 6 months. Financially, everything was fine. But for a team, it did not work. And it was one of the hardest decisions I had to make, to decide that we are re-merging after half a year. When everything financially works, I decided that no, we are not doing this. And it was a decision. I could go out, but my team was there, and I did not want to leave them. So we merged again with Mitigate. Then it was Market. And it's the best decision I've made in the last 10 years. This is Mitigate management team. We are 4, and leading. We are very different. Yeah, I'm sorry. We are different, very different in our competences, our strengths, but we are substituting each other in different ways and leading in different styles. This makes us a driven team all over. We love and we have same values. We support each other. Team is a thing that works for us. We believe in team, and if you have great team, you can lead in any culture, just thinking and putting your team first. So leader is a very lonely position, but not just in pictures. We are all together and involved with each other. Here are my colleagues to support me. In every way we go, we are together, and that drives me. If I don't have my drive, there's my colleagues who will help me, who will encourage me and say, hey, let's just do it. That's why I make my challenges myself, and that's how we go to the next challenge. leading different teams. We opened Serbia, a delivery center in Novi Sad. As you know, we did it in January. In February was Russians' invasion of Ukraine. Very sticky situation politically. To be in Serbia on that day was weird. How you act as a leader, being in Serbia, where you don't understand how Serbian government is reacting, but you see your team in Latvia and you are far away from them. And we are like a family. So it was very hard. So it was a challenge I did not expect. But in the same moment, it made us all stronger to believe it, that you still can take your sides, but you can respect culture and understand that what politics do, that doesn't mean that your people think same. So how we merge cultures. We believe in small things. That to start with, it's setting up office. For the first time we went to Serbia, me and our technical chief officer, the two of management team, we left 80 people in Riga and went to Serbia just to set up office, to do those small things, to choose plants where they're going to be in office, choose meals we're going to serve our two devs who were there, but just to show that we care for the details. We did sport activities. We looked for best coaches and we tried them out just to give the best, same as we do it in Riga. And it's important to show that you care, not just you are buying, but you care by doing and being involved. Team building and parties, I think everybody does it now, but we try to do it every time we go to Serbia, and we are disciplined to go every month, to go there, be with them, and show the values by example how we do it. If we party, we take care of each other, and we really get involved in a culture. This time it's Serbia. We see museums, we listen to them. We listen what our team is saying, what they do and how they think. Because you can't come with your values and go straight forward and think that you are the best and the only one who knows the right. Because you are European or any other reason, you need to hear your team. Most of the values are same, but how we understand them, that's the difference. How we hear things. In our team, we are now 10 people. From January to now, we are 10 people, and every person is different, but they have very different backgrounds. They had a war just 10 years ago. They've been bombed by NATO. So we need to understand history of country to understand people. We need to understand each of our members. And for me, it's a structure. We give a structure how we think it's the best way to work, but we hear our team to understand what can be managed better for them, culture-wise. We talked with each member. The first time we went, we tried Krav Maga class. I didn't know what is it. It's a self-defense class, and you roll on the floor with the guys. I was the only one girl. It was very weird, but I got whole respect from the team that they wanted, we tried it out. And this is the way how we try to do it. Of course, you can do it in a small team, because when you have a team of 80 in Latvia, it's completely different. But when you go back, you have this beautiful chance to immerse in a small group and be one of them and have different relationships. And I think this is a cool part of having, again, something smaller and to make it bigger. What is success? I would say to get 10 great developers in 6 months, and that all of them are great, is a success, but it's success of teamwork. We knew that we want to take seniors, and it's not just that's easier, but it's just to prove to Latvian teams that, hey, Serbians are great. And if they are juniors, nobody wants them on a project. It's a junior. But if they are seniors, everybody wants, and it's not they want because manager says or Jana said, but it's because they know, hey, they're doing really good job. So now we have this message to everybody, oh, we could get someone from Serbia. They are all so good. But it's something we thought about, that core team needs to be seniors. So later, it's easier because this first impression is something that stays for a long time. And straightforward communication. If we try to sugarcoat things, it's super hard because cultural differences, sugarcoating is something very different. So we stay bad, and then we write, hey, this was bad with a bold, and good things same. Otherwise, there is a huge opportunity to get wrong somebody from your team. We tried it, we got it in reality. We gave a bad feedback and person thought that he's great. And after meeting, I was shocked. I thought, okay, we need to upgrade this. To have right people in right place. We got lucky. Our manager in Serbia is a great person with our values. He travels to Riga, he immerses our culture, and same, we immerse their culture. And this is something which I could talk and talk about, that this is so important that we think about culture we are going in, and we are not just coming with our things and saying, hey, this is how it should work. And our company is 80 people in Latvia and 10 in Serbia. Of course, we need to change some procedures. We don't need to put all the procedures there is to place. We want same values, but we need to make them lighter. And this is something you can do in a process. Discipline. This is discipline of management going there. There is no straight flight, so you need to fly through somewhere. At first you think, hey, I'll go every 2 weeks, that's so nice. It will be exciting. In reality, you need to be real. It's hard, it takes time, and you need to think about your team. But when you promise something, you need to keep it. You need to keep it to your Serbian team so they feel that what you say, you do. And it's hard, especially when you say everything is fine. Why should I go? Like everything works, but that makes huge difference. When with every time you go, you make an impact. You do it a little bit better. You get more people. You get more attraction. You just see things. You can do a lot of things remotely. That's true. But our office is more or less, we are in office. So if we want people in office, you need to come to that office too. For us, it means flying, and it's discipline for management. Even when everything is fine, you need to be there. Result-oriented, that is the meaning that we have a lot of processes, but we need to think what processes are efficient for small teams. Not just putting all the huge processes you have for big teams to a small team. Then you are just overworked with process. We did it at the first, but straightforward understood that's not working, and we changed it to a faster, easier process for Novi Sad team. Challenges. Language. We are a Latvian-based company. We talk in our channels in Latvian. So we got first developers, and that was a huge question. What we do with the language? Do we change because of this one person, or we stay Latvian? We decided to stay Latvian because we really believe that we need to do it naturally, not saying, hey, now we have one Novi Sad person, let's change. In projects, of course, we changed. And I really believe it will happen naturally. There will be more people, but we are doing it so the teams are more naturally merged, not by us saying how to do it, by making those inclusion projects, because all Serbian colleagues are in different projects with our Latvian teams. So the team project meetings all are in English, but still, jokes in Latvian, we let it be. And we see that it will change it, especially if we'll have more delivery centers in different places. We definitely got a client attitude. We never thought that we'll have it in January, but in February everything changed. I felt very interesting saying to my clients, yes, they are Serbian, and when they said, yeah, but we want to know their political views, I felt weird because I knew they are them, but I had this defensive feeling. Why? I need to defend my people. I know they are good coders, I know they are good people, but we are talking politics in software development. But that's a reality. Also, a client attitude toward non-EU teams. That's a real thing. When you have teams, you need to think about it. We just talked with our clients, and if they said, no, we don't want, okay, that's fine. But we heard, again, the part that we were having all seniors in a team, that helped a lot, because our clients are very close to us, so they heard from others, hey, but those Serbians are so good. Again, our senior policy helped a lot. Every company needs a purpose. We can talk about all those small things, but when we can talk about bigger purpose, even when it's a small company in Serbia which is just happy to work for EU company, we start talking about purpose. Why are we doing things? Men or women can do more to find any leader can do a huge job to make a purpose for a company, to do good to societies they are in. This summer's project in Latvia was Beat It, a women team building and mentoring program for ladies 16 to 21 in different fields. It was not just IT, it was any field. We tried to get participants from regions. We tried to work with regional girls to get them mentors in their field and for them to fulfill their dreams. 7-week program with every week mentoring and some classes. Results for girls, they changed a lot. The winner was a girl with IT. She was incredible. She made her first 2 games, and she said she found her love for programming before she didn't like it. So I guess it's a huge success. In same time, in Serbia, we started to participate in a similar group as Tech Girls in Riga, just to show that we care about society where we are. So it's not just about Riga, it's also about Serbia and Novi Sad. Inclusivity and impact. We really believe in inclusive society. In IT, there's 25% women in Latvian office, 10% women in Serbia office. We'll try to work to be more, but there's just not enough candidates. So we really believe we need to extend our hands. The women who are in IT, we need to extend hands to each other to help, to have more women, to have more ladies success in stories in IT. We also have initiatives in like Start IT together with other IT companies in Latvia because we believe in education and those purposes help us be driven and give those values further. In Latvia, it's Start IT. In Serbia, we go to universities and give courses. And ESG, and this is very hard topic because Serbia is not European Union. For them to understand why it's an important environmental cause, if there is no waste separation, like those simple things, they burn their waste and everything goes in water. The pollution in Belgrade is like smog. So when you come and you start talking about ESG, about how important it is, and that is something that we should include in our everyday life, it's different. You can't go with same topics as you come in Riga, where everybody kind of understands that you should not use plastics, there's no plastic bags. All of that is in Serbia. In Serbia, you still smoke in stores, inside, in airports, in huge supermarkets. That's normal. And we need to educate. We see us as educators. We can't come with our values and say, hey, this is good. We just try to show by example. When they come here, they're surprised, but they oblige with rules and say, hey, it's kind of nice to not smell like smoke all the time. So this is something how we deal with ESG. There will be a standard reporting system. We said, hey, we want us to be start doing this reporting. It's not obliged for us, but we'll start doing. Let's do it for Serbia too, just to check how good can we do. And this is way how we try to encourage this and make it as opportunity, not as like another report. Staying ahead of ESG trends. ESG is environmental, social, and government opportunities. And that's a criteria by what we are measured as a companies, how sustainable we are. We really believe we can manage our risks. Same as if we contribute to society in Novi Sad, we believe they'll come give us back. We participate in donations for orphan houses, and we go there. it's not just expense. It's also employer branding. We spend money on marketing. Why don't we spend it on good cause and get a positive impact and same media attention? We really try to encourage to think creative about spending our money and doing good in same time. So about ESG, what to do next? In each country, we say those goals differently, but still, because we can't put same goals to Latvia and same goals to Serbia, but we still put some goals. At first, we started saying about the plastic things in office. Hey, let's try to make it more ecological. We are moving the first ecological building in Novi Sad. Novi Sad is 100 kilometers from Belgrade, so it's kind of 6,000 people town. But it's very modern, and they're going to have a first building. And it was hard to understand to people why we need this. But when you show the data and talk, they get it. And I think this is what we can do when we have different cultures in different places. It's super important to still talk about your values, but talk with each team differently. And remember, ESG is not a charity. You still can measure your financial gains, and you can measure the impact you made. If you're teaching kids, you can see how many kids could pass your course, or how many kids are doing IT studies in Start IT. We should measure our impact and see if it's cost efficient. Maybe we, for this money, can make a bigger impact in something else. And this is a message we try to do in all the cultures. If we do something, why are we doing, and what impact are we going to get? Just told about this. So, thank you.